So the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro just launched day before yesterday, and I have mixed feelings about the phones. I don't hate the phones, but I don't love them either. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Majora boy, and in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys everything you need to know about the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro. So let's roll the intro and let's get right into it. Let's start off with the OnePlus 8 Pro. When it comes to the 8 Pro screen, it has a 6.7-inch AMOLED display with a QHD plus resolution of 3168x1440 and a PPI of 513. The display's peak brightness is at 1300 nits, which is slightly higher than the iPhone 11 Pro's 1290 nits of peak brightness. Now the biggest feature of this display is that it has a 120Hz refresh rate. Now I'm a big sucker for high refresh rate displays because they bring a lot of advantages with them, and also because I'm an iPad Pro user, so I'm used to high refresh rate displays. The advantages of a high refresh rate display are really noticeable in gaming, as they allow for a responsive and fluid gaming experience, which is especially important in competitive games like PUBG and Call of Duty, where higher frame rates are more important than graphics, as higher frame rates allow you to match your reflexes in real time with your in-game player, giving you an edge over your opponent. In terms of daily usage, a high refresh rate display is really satisfying. Scrolling through the UI feels so much more smoother and natural, and the experience is just amazing. Coming to the cameras of the OnePlus 8 Pro, it has a quad camera setup, a main 48 megapixel camera with a f1.7 aperture and OIS, 48 megapixel ultra-wide camera with a f2.2 aperture, a telephoto lens with a f1.7 aperture with OIS, and a unique color filter camera. The telephoto camera has a 3x hybrid zoom and a 30x digital zoom, and the ultra-wide has a 120-degree field of view. The main camera has a custom Sony-made IMX689 sensor that allows more light to come in, which decreases noise and increases dynamic range. When it comes to the video capabilities of the Pro, it has a hybrid video stabilization system, which is a mixture of OIS and EIS. It also has audio zoom and 3 HDR technology, which OnePlus claims can give you better video quality than the iPhone 11 Pro Max. The OnePlus 8 Pro is much better than the iPhone 11 Pro Max when it comes to photos, but when it comes to video, iPhone is king, as it has better HDR and does not have focusing issues like the OnePlus 8 and the 8 Pro. Okay, now let's talk about the design, which in my opinion is good but not great, and the main reason for that is the punch hole camera. You see, last year when OnePlus had launched their OnePlus 7 Pro, it had an almost all-screen design. They achieved this by making the selfie camera a pop-up camera. But now by implementing the punch hole style, it feels to me that OnePlus is going a step backwards, as in my opinion the 7 Pro looks more futuristic and modern than the 8 and the 8 Pro. Other than that, I'm a big fan of the curvy design and those sick colors they offer with the frosted matte finish. Now let's talk about the internals of the 8 Pro. Starting off with the processor, which is a Snapdragon 865. It is an 8-core CPU which has 4 high-efficiency cores running at 1.8 GHz, 3 high-performance cores running at 2.4 GHz, and 1 prime core running at 2.8 GHz. The 865 also has an integrated Adreno 650 GPU, which gives a slight increase in performance over the previous Adreno 640 GPU. It has a massive 4510 mAh battery in it and comes with up to 12 GB of RAM. It has UFS 3.0 storage and has dual stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos. The phone is also IP68 water resistant, and it finally has wireless charging, which they call Warp 30T wireless charging, which can get you 50% of your phone battery in 30 minutes. When it comes to the pricing of the 8 Pro, you have the 128GB variant with 8GB of RAM for $899 and the 256GB variant with 12GB of RAM for $999. Now, even though there were a few problems with the 8 Pro, it's still a really good smartphone, but I don't share the same sentiments with the OnePlus 8. So let's quickly go over the specs and then I'll tell you why I feel the OnePlus 8 is not worth it. Let's start off with the display of the OnePlus 8. It has a 6.5-inch AMOLED display with an FHD plus resolution of 2400 x 1080 and a peak brightness of 1100 nits. It has a triple camera system which includes a 48 megapixel Sony IMX586 main camera with OIS, a 16 megapixel ultra-wide camera and an independent macro camera. When it comes to internals, it is powered by the Snapdragon 865 processor, has up to 256 gigs of UFS 3.0 storage, has a 4300 mAh battery, Warp Charge 30T and dual stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos. And finally, when it comes to the design, it has the exact same look as the OnePlus 8 Pro. Now let me tell you guys why I do not like the OnePlus 8, and there is a very simple answer to it. It's nothing new. Last year we had the OnePlus 7T, which was a predecessor to the OnePlus 8. And if you see, there are a lot of similarities and very few differences between the two phones. Like both phones have the same resolution, aspect ratio, storage configuration, and nearly identical triple camera setup. The reason I say nearly identical is because the 8, unlike the 7T, has a macro camera rather than telephoto. Now even though both phones are very similar, the 8 is more expensive than the 7T. The OnePlus 8 comes in two variants. One being the 128GB variant with 8GB of RAM, retailing at $599, and the other one being the 256GB variant with 12GB of RAM, retailing at $799. In my opinion, the OnePlus 8 is just a redesigned, more expensive OnePlus 7T, which in my opinion doesn't deserve your money. Which brings us to the last part of this video. Which phone should you buy? If you are looking for a brand new Android flagship that has great performance, looks good and has a very clean OS, there's no going wrong with the OnePlus 8 Pro. If you are looking to purchase a mid-ranger from OnePlus, I would highly recommend the OnePlus 7T over the 8, as it gives you almost the same experience as the 8 but at a cheaper price. And in my opinion, upgrading to the 8 just because of slightly better battery and a slight increase in performance is not worth your money. Well guys, that's all for today. Tell me down in the comments below what do you guys think about the OnePlus 8 and the 8 Pro, because I would love to know your views on these devices, and also because the YouTube algorithm loves it. The more you guys comment, the more YouTube promotes this video. Also, if you liked this video, then please leave a big fat thumbs up on it. But if you loved it, then please subscribe to the channel for more content just like this one. And as always, this is your boy Majora Boy signing off for today, and I'll see you in the next one.